Welcome to 50 Nights of Fright. I'm Tommy, joined once again with Katie and Christian. Today we're discussing, well, technically not a movie, but also kind of a movie with Stephen King's It, the TV miniseries that also counts as a movie.
So all miniseries to just confuse the ever-living heck out of us.
So, Christian.
Yes.
How do you feel about clowns?
I don't mind clowns. It's more of my mom that's scared of clowns than anything.
Okay.
So luckily I did not catch that fear from her.
Okay, yeah. Because fear is contagious. So, Katie, what about you? Do you have a fear of clowns?
No, I love it. I love them.
All right. Good, because I am a clown. Stephen King's It, of course, is based on the massive novel. It's something like 1,100 or 1,200 pages long. I've read it. Have you read?
I've read most of it.
Most of it? There are a couple of scenes you can skip.
That's why I said most of it.
Of course, it has also been adapted into a couple of movies more recently. Now, I personally certainly prefer this version of the story over the newer ones. Not that there's anything wrong with the newer ones, but I think Tim Curry's performance as Pennywise just elevates this one a little bit more. Because there's always something about Pennywise in this that he is funny, but also in that you don't know how to predict what he's going to do next.
I've said it before. I've said it in these videos. Certain actors were born for certain roles. Mm-hmm. And Tim Curry, he doesn't just play the character Pennywise. Mm-hmm. He brings it to life. He makes you scared of the thing that you don't know what it's going to be.
What I really love about the concept of it is split. It's telling the story of both the young Losers Club and them as adults. Now, some people could definitely make the argument that you're supposed to relate more with the kids because they have that young, very nostalgic feel of growing up in the 50s in the book, 60s in this, and then 80s in the new movies.
Something like that.
But
90s.
Was it the 90s?
Yes. Every 30 years.
You're supposed to look onto it with that nostalgic feel of like, oh, when I was a kid, everything was different. Of course, it feeding on children is certainly why you care more about the kids defeating it, because you don't want to see any of them harmed. And while you're reading the book, you see, well, they have made it to adulthood. All of them kind of changed or touched by Pennywise. There are a lot of things different from the book to this adaptation, but that also comes from the director and writer having never read the book, or at least hadn't finished it before working on this version. Were there any scenes in particular that haunted the two of you, or something that stands out?
I will be honest, the shower scene really got me. Because the first time I watched it, I was a kid. I already didn't like taking baths.
Right, yeah, that one. Mine would have to, and this is probably going to be a lot of people's pick for that scene that stays with you. It's whenever, I can't remember, it was one of the bullies. I can't remember his name right now, but whenever he's getting dragged into
Belch.
Belch, that's it. Yeah, whenever Belch was getting slowly pulled in, that face that just it really just stuck with me.
He looked into the deadlights.
Yeah,
absolutely. I think when they were kids, the part that stuck out to me the most was when Bev was in the bathroom and the sink started spitting up blood, and she could hear like the voice down there. It's certainly a fun watch for me. It is, because it's a 2-part miniseries. It's going to be a little bit longer than your average movie. This being a TV miniseries split in two over 2 nights, it makes sense to be a little bit longer, but it does give you that time to associate with the Losers Club.
I think that if they had done it any shorter, they wouldn't have done it justice.
Absolutely. Do you have a favorite loser?
Yes, good old Richie. Probably be
beep.
Beep, beep, Richie.
Definitely kind of the one that's just always trying to make sure everybody else is having a good time and just cracking all those jokes and all that. I kind of resonate with that, especially, I don't know why I'm especially saying, like, younger years. No, I still do that. I still try to make sure everybody...
Young Seth Green.
And I am...
Indeed, that too.
And I am quite always saying, beep, beep, Christian.
No!
What about you, Katie? Do you have a favorite loser?
It is Bill. Hands down, it is Bill. Because he, unlike the other kids, they come into it through a scare. They come in through it through personal experience.
He comes into it losing his brother, yes.
He comes in through that grief, which makes his experience with Pennywise so much more.
Reason why he's the de facto leader of the club. Of course, I've got a soft spot for Ben, fat kid, and grows up to be John Ritter. So,
Oh, right?
you got a good scare as the kids. What about as adults? Do either of you have something from the adult half of the story that?
I loved that not all the losers made it back. Like most
That's crazy.
Because most movies, when they do something like it does, they bring them all together again and then they die.
Right.
But coming back in, they didn't all come back and it's like, oh, we're going to face it. They fought about it. They said no. They tried to walk away, but they couldn't.
Legacy characters before legacy characters was a thing.
And then, of course, Stan being the one that doesn't make it back. He instead takes himself out of the equation.
It plays it so well into it because as a kid, he didn't want to believe Pennywise was real.
And I think it plays to his character in that he knows he's the weakest link out of them. And it's both his fear of going back and facing Pennywise, but also he knows they wouldn't be able to face Pennywise with a weak link in the team.
You know, I may have to revise my statement about Bill. I love him, but I think there may be one that stands out just a little bit more from both kid and adult. Good old Eddie.
Yeah, Eddie, definitely.
Eddie Casbrack.
He's. Do you think he's a victim of Munchausen?
Oh, very much so.
His mom definitely was convincing him
But
he was ill.
When the moment comes, the true hero of it, both as kids and as adults, is Eddie.
If you were to say, give this a rating. on a
Solid
scale-
10.
Solid. Is that for both part 1 and part 2? Okay.
On a scale of 1 to 100, you just heard a 10, so
That's crazy.
that's
Well,
pretty low.
No, we didn't
Christian.
do it.
I think I'm probably gonna do for like both part 1 and part 2. Just that's how it was presented.
Right.
So for part 1, I'm gonna give it an 8. Definitely had like a good start to all of it, just introducing everything. As for part 2, I think 9.
Okay. You're one of the outliers in that actually prefers the adult half of the story.
Yeah, I would say definitely I stand by my choice.
Circling back to what we were talking about before regarding this version and the newer versions, I've been sitting here thinking about, I feel like it needs to be said. Like, I feel like that the reason that so many, and I've seen a lot of people comments, so many don't like it is because they did this so well the first time. And I'm not just talking about Tim Curry, I'm talking about the losers, the parents. They had so many great actors that just brought it to life.
Very well cast across the board. Both the kid actors and the adult versions of themselves. Tim Curry, of course. Does it belong on a list like this? Has it cemented itself as a icon of horror? Does Pennywise stand up next to giants of the horror industry like Frankenstein's monster, Dracula,
Absolutely.
Jason, Freddy?
I would go even farther to say that he set the pace for clown movies. I mean, because, yes, there were clown movies before, but you don't remember those clown movies. When you think clown horror movie...
Art the Clown,
You
terrified. No.
Well, you
Killer
think
clowns
art.
from outer space.
You think art, but
Clown.
you mostly think Pennywise. You think of the drains.
The giant spider creature comes to mind. Yes. Now, Christian, what about you? Do you think that it belongs on a list like this, or does it belong at the bottom of a bin, forgotten for all time?
I kind of feel like Pennywise is in his own category altogether. Just the energy that he gives and just the implications of what he can truly do.
Thank you so much for joining us on today's episode of 50 Nights of Fright. I'm Tommy. This has been Christian and Katie. We've been talking about Stephen King's It. Haven't seen it? What are you doing with your life? Go and watch it. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment below. Tell us your favorite horror movie. Are you afraid of clowns? Be sure to tune in tomorrow where we are covering Scream.